Black Cowboy Nation. Welcome to the G Look Corral. First of all, let's get some shout outs. Thank you guys for chiming in. I'll give you a minute. Go ahead and chime in, subscribe, share. Share with your friends. But let's get some shout outs before we get the show started. We're going to talk about some code switching today. But here are our sponsors. I hope you can see them. That's Gray Area Fashions. Gray Area Fashions for all your private needs, all of your girl parties, guy parties, cowboy weekends out. Instead of going to Boot Barn and giving them that astronomical amount of money for some shit that everybody else is wearing, check out Gray Area. Shade Tree Creators. The Shade Tree Creators are number one in equine photography, especially barrel racing and special events, but all types of photography, all types of imagery. They also have a dope line of clothes with hats and shirts with their logos. That's Shade Tree Creators. Soul Shot Riders. Anybody who ride with us is a Soul Shot Rider. Soul Shot Riders. Justin Hat Works. That's who we're interviewing today. Number one makers of pristine vintage cowboy hats, custom one of one, so you can show up and show out. And That's a Good Look. That's a Good Look is the website you go to order everything. They are the cornerstone of the G Look Corral, and that's a good look. The SoCal Sanitation Company, all of our events, when you go in there after eating and drinking all night and you have to do your thing, you feel like you're at the 5-star hotel instead of at the ranch. You know what I'm saying? Perfume, good soft toilet paper, nice mirrors. They really are the shit. And how you doing? Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, tell me how you feeling today. Today, we're going to address a little bit of code switching. Before we do that, how about the intro? How you doing, Cowboy Nation? Thumbs up, likes, boom. We ride on the other side. Hey. You could never leave. We ride on the other side. You can come on in. Corral got you crazy cooking. The Z posing like you're saying. G Look Corral. G Look Corral. You can never leave. We ride on the other side. You can never leave. G Look Corral. You in the G Look Corral. G Look Corral. You in the G Look Corral. Hey y'all, you in the G Look Corral. Me, I'm G Look. Thanks for tuning in on our weekly podcast. And we're going to be a little more consistent now that we have some structure and we have some backing and we have some continuity with it. Our dedication is to the black cowboy culture. Galvanize us, man up, man up. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe. And let your friends know there's somewhere, somebody out there is repping. You know what I'm saying? So today, along with having a special guest today, an awesome guest, one of my Mexican brothers, we are going to talk a little bit about code switching. And that came up when Will Smith went on stage, slapped shit out of Chris, whatever the nigga name is, slapped him, the comedian. That was in front of all the world. Everybody's reaction kind of made me want to just bring that subject up of code switching. Now, I'll just tell you a story. So, because I'm older, back in the day, that was a little closer to wanting to have acceptance from other people, especially as a black community. We always wanted to be accepted, and we would change up our vernacular. My mom's generation would literally change how they talk when white people come around, or any other people, or people of authority, or the boss, you know. And I don't know if they would reluctantly do it or not. I was 10 years old. I was raised by Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? I'm an LA dude. I was raised in a very conscious state, and it wasn't cool to do that. That was an outlier. So one day I saw my mom on the phone talking to the Maytag repairman. She was putting a hell of R's on her sentences, trying to explain to him, when he could come over and I'll be there. You just knock at the door. Yes, sir. And doing a whole lot of R'ing. So I was 10 years old, and I was like, Mom, who you talking to like that? Why you talking like that? She covered the phone and said, when I get off the phone, I'm going to whoop your ass. So I knew I had a whooping coming just for, my generation. You just don't talk to grown-ups. My kids could talk to me, and now y'all can just talk. We all look at the same movies and Fast and Furious. But back then, it was definitely a generation gap. So we wasn't just talking to grown-ups like that. It was like, what's for dinner? Can I go out and play? And Mommy, please don't whoop me. Those were the sentences we said to grown-ups. So for me to do that, that was way out the box, just questioning her. I said, why you putting all the R's on it? She hung up and said, what you say? I said, you putting a lot of R's on your words. You changing up. I don't know you anymore, when you talk like that. Do you feel like somebody else deserves a different you than me? I thought you loved me. Well, why you don't put the R's on it when you're talking to me? So she hit me with the 1-2 in the rib and in the larynx, So I'm on the ground, tears in my eyes, and I took it, and she said, well, how about that? She put a lot of R's on it when she was asking me, how about that? So that's just a little funny story about code switching. She was code switching. She was changing who she was, how she presented herself, everything to meet up to a standard that she thought that dude on the other line wanted to hear, which I guarantee that person did not care, and that person still knew you was black. You know what I'm saying? So code switching as it pertains to the black Western culture is what we're talking about today. If I put a straw in my mouth, start listening to country music and walking bow-legged and shit, just because I'm at the PBR or PCRA, but then I'm around you and I get to doing my regular vernacular and moving how I move with my rhythm, my black rhythm, then am I trying to convince another culture that I'm really Western or I'm really a cowboy because I put on some Conway Twitty or some Dolly Parton and I put the Wranglers all up in my ass and all that? Am I code switching? Some people are not doing that because they were raised in that culture, and that's how they get down. I know a lot of dudes from Oklahoma here, in Northern California, down south. They actually talk like that, and that's how they move, and that's how they move their whole life. I'm talking about the dude from 103rd and Western. I'm talking about the inner city dude when we get around and we get to explaining how we was the first black cowboys. And I've never heard a Mexican or a white boy telling me they was the first nothing. We always feel like we got to kind of qualify. So in that, I'm saying learn to be true to yourself. And any comments or anybody want to chime in, that's fine. To me, if we're going to keep this movement going like it's moving, with all these great clubs, the Black Crows, the Compton Cowboys, Urban Saddles, Cowgirls of Color, Simeon Brothers, you know what I'm saying, 3M Riders, all these clubs. I mean, it's hundreds that I'm forming relationships with. No, we have to stand true to who we are. And if you talk with a twang, you like country music, do your thing. But I do not want the youth to see us buck dancing or doing any sliding around when somebody else comes in the room. And at least give me your best. You know what I'm saying? Give the people that you love and are close to you the same goodness that you would give, master bill collector, master job hirer. Don't be changing that station when they hop in the car. I mean, unless you just on some NWA, you would change the station anyway. But if you just listen to some Chris Brown, that's what you listen to. I don't care if you're on your way to the rodeo. If you want to hear some country music, because I like it all. I like jazz, funk, rap, all that. I talk with a certain rhythm based on my culture, who I am. That's why my friends outside the culture accept me. I do not try to change or be who I am or who I'm not based on your money status or your racial status. So code switching, when Will Smith hit What's the comedian now? I can't think of his name. I want to call him Chris Tucker. I want to call him Chris Brown. I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, when he slapped him, and then he got up and apologized to everybody for seeing him slap B, who he would have been at the bar. And he didn't apologize to the dude after you preaching consciousness and higher being and balance. And if you have a moment like that where dudes shoot on your wife and you just can't take it and you just say, man, the next dude to say something, I'm a get him. And it just happened to be Chris Rock. I don't know why. Anyway, so he go up to the stage, slap Chris Rock, walk back, you know what I'm saying, get an award, ask all them people, please accept me, please invite me back, did a little buck dance and shit like that. I saw him switch codes about 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing comments about he's from North Philly, so that's how they get down, or he wouldn't have did it if it was a white boy, or it was a big dude and all that. I don't know. I mean, I have code switch. If the wrong big dude's around, I may stand down. I'm not gonna take that L like that unless it's something with my kids or my mom or something. I have to. But he felt like he had to do what he did. And then he got up there and started apologizing and shit, And so is that code switching? I don't know. Is that just how he is? And, if you are uniquely and authentically who you are not code switching. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about in pertaining to our Western world as we move forward with our brands, with our clubs, our events, with the sponsorship coming in, with training the youth, introducing young people to this culture. They got to see you standing tall and standing strong in who you are. So that's my little 2 cents on the code switching. As we get the subscribers up and we can get some feedback, these type of conversations will be open for them. You hit the like, you hit the little Cash App, throw me a little something so I can pay for this light and these cameras and shit. And we can chop it up and just come to a conclusion on, I'm not going to judge any cowboy that talks with a twang, or any cowgirl that's singing some Dolly Parton. Get what I'm saying? But if we talking about black cowboy culture, we talking about culture. You get what I'm saying? We are actually talking about our culture. And so part of our culture is how we walk, how we move, how we suck a neck bone, nigga. Things we do, how we make love to our women, how the women, are attracted to us, the rhythm. How we make a boy into a man, keep him out of the penitentiary, keep him safe on the streets. We have a different way we move. We live in a subculture that if we adjust to the culture, we can be prosperous, but we also have our own culture, our own electric slide, our own big old black preacher lying to us every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We got our own shit. So somewhat of that we are correcting, but some of that is systemically in us. The rhythm of who we are is in us. So we know we got March Madness going on now, and people say they hate on Duke because they get a certain type of Negro over there that don't really move like we relate to. I don't trip because that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? If his dad was a pro player, got a lot of money, went outside the race, procreated, made this light-skinned beast, and he not going to move like I move from 103rd and Western, from Bunchy Carter and the Crips raising me. He not going to relate to me. I wouldn't want him to change up and try to be something different if he was around me. I'm talking about the dude that we was just taking shots. We was just rescuing some kids. We were just talking about some things. And then suddenly, when we go to the PBR, or we go somewhere where there are other people of affluence or influence, you change up. We don't have to do that. That's all I'm saying. Be mindful that I love you how you are. 20 years in the pen or Duke graduate, you part of the black cowboy culture. You know what I'm saying? So we're not monolithic. Everybody's not the same. So I just want to say that. So that's the subject we were addressing. But now I want to talk to you a little bit. Let me see what you got right here. If I could pull this up. Right there. That's Justin hats. That's some of the hats that he produces. This dude is cold. And I did meet him at a Western function in Las Vegas, him and this beautiful girl. And I was just saying, man, we need some thick, pretty Hispanic girls to model our product for gray area fashions. The elevator opens, they pop out. And he makes me think of my homeboy Iggy. And his personality is so great. And his girl was so pretty. And, we just told him that. We formed a relationship with them. But we didn't even know that he was the hat making dude. He the real hat making dude. So look for them custom gray area hats made by Justin coming down the way. I had a great opportunity to interview him. So if you guys want to, go ahead and check it out and tell me what you think. Now, all right, you guys, welcome to the Gila Corral interview of the week. And I got my main man, Justin, in there. How you doing there, Justin?
How you doing?
All right, man. So I met Justin just at the PBR event in Vegas. And we were going up and they were coming down. And we were just talking about, man, we got to get some pretty Mexican girls, kind of nice and thick and beautiful. And him and his girl came out the elevator just when we were saying that. And Justin had a beautiful, bubbly personality. And we found out that Justin is actually a hat maker and was really not just enjoying the PBR, but, politicking like you got to do nowadays, So, so we kind of ran by him what we do. And we have some events and some things coming up. And so Justin and I have been in touch with each other and we want a partner. And I really like his product. So we just thought we'd introduce him to the Gila Corral world. And how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. It's a nice, warm Sunday here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah. Warm. Vegas.
Warm.
Tell me about it.
That desert heat.
So can you tell us a little bit about the backstory of how you got into, first of all, what is it that you do?
So I'm a hat shaper down here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Based out of Northtown, North Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I got into it basically when I was a lot younger. Uh, it started with the whole Duranguense scene. My Mexican talking about is when everyone those nice taco hats. It slowly became evolving into watching my uncle shape hats. Then I started working at a Western retailer, and I started shaping hats for them. Started my own clientele, and creating my own style, bringing out different flares, different looks. Trying to give a good pop to the Western scene.
Right. Well, man, that's So now do you create hats from the bottom up, or do you just take existing hats, or how does that work?
I take slowly. I'm learning how to create them from the bottom up. I'm in the process, but right now it's a lot of I do a lot of vintage hats. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
I like finding old hats on anywhere that I could find them. Say it's a thrift store, or even eBay that people are just trying to get rid of, and I bring them back to life. Pop out the crown, give them a new modern look, but with that old flair.
Oh man, we dig it. That's what we were attracted to mostly. You got a blue one I'm gonna get from you, bro. I saw if you haven't sold it already on your Instagram. I know I ran into a hat company when I was there for the Cowboy Christmas, and they had old vintage looking hat, but it was clean. It was like 1940s, circa, real classy. And I was trying it on. He said, "Man, that's you," and whatever. I said, "Well, man, how much?" Man, he said $1,000. I almost dropped it on the ground when he said that. I said 1,000. Got me kind of fucked up a little bit, but it's worth it if you got the bread. I just didn't have it.
That's right.
But I saw one you made that was very similar to that hat, and after the interview, I'll let you know which one that was on the Instagram. And before this interview, people will have already seen some of your pictures, because I'm gonna lead into this interview just so you know. And I just wanted to, what is a fair price to pay for a good hat?
So it's depending what you're looking for. Me personally, with the hats that I sell, like I resell vintage hats.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't go past 250,
Uh-huh.
only because they're already worn hats, vintage hats.
Right.
It depends again on the X's.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say a good price range for a hat is around 250 to 300, and that's for like a good quality hat,
Right.
especially with prices.
Right.
You can't get a good American for anything less than like 150.
Right.
So
Right. That's
yeah,
true.
so I feel like a fair price should be around 250.
That's fair. Hey, we'll talk about that too. Um,
Yeah, at
yeah.
least it's not a
Right.
little too much.
Right. Yeah. You don't want none of you sneeze and the whole bib fall off. You know, the whole crown.
I mean, I was down at a rodeo the other day. My hat flew straight off my head, straight into the dirt and the mud. So
Yeah.
I think I'd cry if my
Yeah.
$1,000.
Oh my God.
Well,
Oh yeah. That hat wouldn't be nothing but just enter the room and then go back to my truck, put it in the box, and get another hat. It's
hey,
thousand. No, we try to represent though over here at G Love. You know, great area. She puts together a lot of parties for girls' night out or guys' night or cowboy weekend and things like that, specialty weddings. So that's where you come to play. Because if they really want to look dope, we definitely gonna tie them in with a Justin hat as part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it's a great craft. It's a good art. It's good for the culture. Um, you know, all my Hispanic brothers, and you know, all my Mexican friends, and all my guys that are riding with me down there in Southgate. Uh, they tend to be clean too on Sundays when they hook up with other clubs. You know, so I'll be
that's
hopping
right.
in. You know, my horse trying to pretend like I'm with him, but I just can't. You know, my saddle, I don't have that white thing. You know how the Mexicans be having the white horn on there. I don't have one. So other than that, you know, I'm Gregorio to them. So, but it's all good. So is this a family business? Is it just you, or I mean, what is it? Is
Currently, it's just me.
mm-hmm.
I'm looking to hopefully in like this year and the next year, kind of expand a little bit.
Right,
Right now, I shape out of a Western store here in Las Vegas
right,
called Odell Western Wear.
mm-hmm.
Great people. I met them through social media. Basically,
Oh, cool.
they post and they're like, I really like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down here, and they're thinking of expanding, and I want to expand with them.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
become something bigger than what it is now.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I have my booth, but I want to start having my own section and hopefully a store.
Right, right. I think personally, your personality and the quality of work you do, that's definitely achievable. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, you see on behind you, I got some. I mean, I got some stuff. These just my four of my hats, a couple of riding hats and some formal hats. You know, they worth
Yeah, I
something.
back there.
I kind of put it down a little bit, but I don't have a Justin hat yet. So I can just say, bam. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll just continue everything moving forward. I just appreciate your time, and I just want to introduce you. Hopefully you'll come back again and be at some
Of
of our
course.
events, our barrel races, our dances, and we have great turnouts. I think if you was there and they saw us and everybody in it. Knee jerk.
Yeah, I personally love going out to events and shaping out there.
Uh huh. Yeah. So
It's always a fun time. Always a fun time. And then at my booth, if you catch me somewhere and I'm shaping at a rodeo, jaripeo, charreada, a
right.
dance, I usually have a bottle. If you ask me, I will give you a shot as
Okay.
long, as you're friendly enough. I'm like, hey, come
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. I hope we talking about that tequila.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
got audio on deck.
Oh man, that's what I think. So man, we might be brothers from another mother. The way you just let that flow out, because I'm definitely with that. So I will be showing some of the pictures and some of the contact and how people can follow you on Instagram and get in touch with you. I just want them to see your face and feel your personality and stuff. So I appreciate your time there, Justin.
No, of
And,
course. Thank you. I mean, I love
oh yeah,
love
man.
expanding. Love trying to reach other communities.
Oh
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, man. We can do that way more than just being in jail together, so that's
Yeah,
how they want
right.
to do it. Yeah.
We could
You
build
know,
something instead.
I'll tell you a fun fact. More blacks during slavery escaped to Mexico than Canada.
That's right. I did
My,
know that.
yeah, my place didn't want. They wanted to think that we're going to run way up to Canada when we could just go right there. Like
A lot of the great, like cowboys that we had down in Mexico were black cowboys.
right,
A lot of
yeah.
people don't know that.
Yeah, no, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what this Gila Corral is really about. Opening the culture to the youth and letting them know fun facts like that, not letting them be programmed, to have two great people not actually expand and do the things we're supposed to do. Two of my nieces are we call them Blaxicans, you know. So my sister-in-law is from actually she's from Cianola. You know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll be nice to her. I don't want to get my hair cut off or nothing like that.
Yes.
You know.
Hard
The-
crazy.
oh yeah, the whole
They're
town, bro.
free.
The
Well,
whole
and
town.
you know,
Yeah.
I
So
thought they beat me.
yeah, yeah, man. You got to be careful over there. And so I have two beautiful nieces, and one in senior, and one is in 11th grade. But they're so pretty. You know that whole black Mexican combo. You make some real pretty babies.
Pretty tough
Yeah.
dads, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. But
Protect
anyway,
them.
man, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving here, and I really appreciate your time, bro. You know, and,
Of course.
like
Thank you
I
for
said,
having me.
anything you got coming up, any special hats, I'll flash them on the podcast, and I'll just guide people towards you. And yeah, just appreciate your time, and you have a great, you know, don't get too hot out there, but have a great Sunday, bro.
I'll try to keep it cool.
Yeah, man. All right, so I'll call you and let you know when all this is gonna go up and everything. But have a good one, man.
You too. Take care.
All right, you guys. That was Justin from Justin Hats. Hey, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was Justin. And in the community section on our YouTube page, we'll put up all the people that we've interviewed over this time. It's about to be more frequent. But Chanel, Cowgirl Chanel with her brand, and you know, any of the guys, you know, that are doing anything, or any of the girls that are doing anything within the culture, we'll go ahead and give them their shine, support them, go to their events, and we'll start having a little more of content like that. Um, so if you guys like that, give the thumbs up, subscribe, share this. You know, our Hispanic brothers are our brothers for real, for real. If y'all don't know, and so you know, I really appreciated that. Again, the code switching. It's nothing like, you know, slapping the taste out of somebody's mouth if you catch them doing it, but just put them to the side and say, you know, I don't know you. Who the hell are you? Having fun with that one though. But just special shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Usually I'll do some birthday shout outs, but we didn't have time to do that today. But we really want to thank you guys for tuning in for this little expedition with you guys, and we're gonna make it more frequent. We're gonna shout out some clubs, some events, especially some Zydeco's and some trail rides and things like that. And so again, this is G Look from the G Look Corral, and we have Gray Area Fashions, the Real Truck Connect. You know what I'm saying? We have the Soul Shot Riders. We have Black Saddle Records. All the music you hear will be original music. Look for that EP coming out with artists that we are producing to highlight our culture. And I just want to just thank you guys for tuning in. Again, those are our sponsors right there. So far, if you're interested in anything like that, go ahead and DM me on the Instagram at That's a G Look, or go to the website and just hit me up, and then we can talk about that, because some of our people said, hey, their sales have increased just from this. So now as we go up, you're going to go up with us. Is that right? Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, thanks again for tuning in. We love you guys, and look for more content coming up. Again, subscribe, like, share, rebroadcast, put it up. Let them know you got a voice, the cornerstone, and that's the G Look Corral. You guys take it easy.